What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lake World, and today we got another banger video for you guys. I'm actually working right now, driving. So yeah, just figured I got 20 minutes. I can tell you guys a little story real quick. I'm gonna talk about the time I did acid with a vampire. It was towards the end of summer, probably about 2-3 years ago, and my sister hit me up, said she had some tabs, and I was like, oh shit, like, I haven't done acid in a while. At this point, I was doing shrooms probably like every week or every other week, but it had been a while since I'd done acid, so I was down. I was like, hell yeah. So she hit me up, and I walked over to her house. It was about a mile away. It was a decent little walk, but I didn't have a car at the time. So I get to her house, and she hands me these 2 tabs. I don't remember if I paid for them or if she just gave them to me, but either way, we all put our 2 tabs on our tongue. It was me, my sister, and her boyfriend. We'll call him Seth. So her boyfriend's Seth. So we all put these tabs on our tongue. We all did 2 tabs. And we kind of just chilled at her house for about 30 minutes. You know, we smoked. I think I pre-rolled a blunt. And our plan was to go to the park. We were going to go to the park and just hang out. It was a nice day. It was towards the end of summer. It was like 75 degrees out. It was beautiful outside. So we chilled at my sister's house for about 30 minutes. I rolled a blunt. We probably smoked at the house, whatever. And we start walking to the park. By the time we start walking to the park, I'm already feeling the come up a little bit. You know, the park wasn't very far. It was a couple blocks away, maybe. So we get to the park, and I'm starting to feel good. I'm feeling all warm and tingly inside. And sorry, GPS is on. You'll get lost out here in the middle of Ohio. I don't know where the fuck I'm at right now. I got the GPS going. But yeah, we get to the park. We're feeling good. There's this trail that goes all the way around the park, and at the back of the park, there's this huge hill. It's a pretty good sized hill, and there's like a frisbee golf course. So there's like people back there playing frisbee golf. It's a nice day. There's all kinds of people at the park. There's people playing baseball. There's people playing soccer. There's people on the playgrounds. But we avoid all that. We get on the trail. We walk past the playgrounds. We go past the soccer fields. We go past all that. And we get to this big hill where all the frisbee golf course is at. And we're up there, and I'm pretty sure we light the blunt, and we're up there smoking. We're getting high. We're just feeling good. You know, we're talking about all this crazy shit. And I remember we were like laying in the sun. Me and my sister were laying in the sun, and we were just talking about how good the sunlight feels, like how good the sun feels on our skin. And it was just a beautiful day. But I remember Seth was laying in the shade, and me and my sister were like, bro, like, come out here in the sunlight, like, it feels so good up here. And he's like, nah, man, like, the shade just feels good, like, I just like the shade better. And we were like, whatever, you know, it's kind of weird, but whatever, you know, maybe he's just not feeling the sunlight. But yeah, I didn't really think nothing of it. Also, mind you, this guy's wearing a cloak. I don't know who wears a cloak besides in like medieval times or like World of Warcraft or something. But this guy was wearing a cloak. Mind you, he was a weird character, okay? He was a little weird. So the cloak I didn't think anything of that either. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, that's a fashion statement, you know? So my boy's wearing a black cloak at the end of summertime for some reason. Like, it's a cape with like the fucking collar coming up, you know? It's a cloak, an actual cloak. But, you know, he was just weird, so I didn't think nothing of it. But we're at the park, we're tripping, we're sitting on this hill. And I remember laying on this hill and just thinking about the fact that we're just on this flying rock. Like, we're on a rock flying through space, spinning, hurling, and fucking just flying through space. Like, my mind was blown. I just remember thinking about that and just being like, damn. Like, I'm just like laying on the ground, but it feels like I'm hanging off the side of a mountain. You know what I mean? And I could see like down on all like the kids playing, and you can like kind of hear them in the distance. I just remember, man, I was tripping when I realized like we're really just on this rock, you know? We're really just out here floating. Just floating. So anyways, we decided we're gonna wrap it up at the park and we're gonna walk to my house. And we're gonna paint. We were gonna go to my house and paint, which we did, but we'll get to that. So we're walking back. We're taking the same trail that we took. And my house is a little bit further. It's, like I said, it's about a mile away from where my sister lived at the time. So we take the same little trail through the park. And I remember there's this grandma with her granddaughter. And she was telling her granddaughter, like, the little girl had a bike. And she was telling her granddaughter, like, these are tassels. And she was feeling the tassels on the handlebars. And I just remember thinking that was the weirdest thing for the grandma to be telling the kid. Like, you could tell the kid anything. Like, these are wheels. They make your bike go. But what the fuck are tassels? Why is she gonna need to know what tassels are? Like, I remember just thinking, like, what the fuck? Every human interaction I had this day was so weird. It was just so weird. But anyways, we walk and, you know, we're chirping. I don't even remember the walk all that much. I remember that part because it stuck out. But we walk to my house and we get to my house. We bust out these canvases and some paint. I don't remember if I just had paint on deck. I think I did. I think I had some canvases and some paint just laying around. But this was the perfect occasion for it. Like, we were tripping. So I remember I did my painting and it was like just black. I only did black and I was just doing like swirls and like designs, but it just felt so cool. Like, it, honestly, I thought I was fucking Picasso or something. Like, this painting was amazing. You know, my sister did her little painting. She's an artist, so her painting, of course, looked good. She just did some creative shit like she normally would. And then we got Seth. I almost said his real name. And then we got Seth. Oh, Seth. His painting, he did like this combo of like purples and blacks. And it was some real witchy shit. Like, there was a fucking cauldron and like a witch hat. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on in his head. Mind you, my painting was kind of depressing. It was just fucking black on a white canvas. But this guy, he had some weird shit going on in his painting. And at this point, I'm still not even registering it. I'm just like, okay, you know, whatever. We're just fucking painting. We're having a good time. Well, after that, we're on my back patio painting, by the way. It's nice out. We're outside. We're on my back patio. You know, there's some trees. We're out there probably smoking and chilling. We're chilling. We decide we're gonna go up on the roof of my garage. It wasn't very high up, so we climb up and we're up there chilling. I remember lighting up a cigarette and just feeling good. Like, I was honestly feeling so good. It was just a great day. Like, at this point, like, if you would have told me I would be tweaking in 15 minutes, having a bad trip, I would tell you you're lying, because I'm having a great time. Well, we're chilling on my roof of the garage for a little bit, and we decide we're gonna go inside. I don't know what we were gonna do inside, but we went inside. Hopefully I'm still going the right way. I think I'm still going the right way. I don't know. This fucking GPS, I'm lost. I'm in the middle of nowhere. But anyways, we go back inside my house, and I don't know what we're talking about. I don't remember. We're standing in the kitchen, and I just remember Seth says, "I'm hungry for human flesh." Why would you say that to me, bro? Why would you say that? His excuse was there was a Hungry Man TV dinner box sitting on the counter, and that for some reason that made him think, I'm hungry for human flesh. So at this point, after he said that, he was smiling, and I seen these canine teeth poking out, and I seen the fucking cloak, and I just seen this look on his face, and I'm like, bro, my sister's dating a vampire. Oh my God, to this day, I'm still convinced. Like, bro, I was mind blown. I'm like, okay, ghosts are real, witches are real, goblins are real, vampires are, like, what else is real? The veil has been lifted. I've seen it all. Like, my mind was blown. I was like, what the fuck did you just say? You're hungry for what? Oh my God. And then his teeth were like all sharp, and he had the cloak, and I'm like, bro, you're a fucking vampire. That's why you were laying in the shade. Like, bro, I get it now. I was like, I get it. I was like, you're a vampire. And at this point, I'm like, Autumn, you can't go home with him. I'm telling my sister, like, you can't go home with him. You can't. You can't. He knows that I know now. So when you guys go home, he's gonna wait till you're asleep and he's gonna suck all your blood. You'll be dead. No blood. I'm like, oh shit, bro. Like, what the fuck? And now I know his secret, and now he knows that I know, and now he's gonna like suck my sister's blood. I'm like, oh shit. And then, so next thing you know, Simon had his bike. We were both, me and my sister were walking, and Simon was kind of walking his bike when we went to my house. So Simon hops on his bike and he rides back home. He goes back to where him and my sister live. And me and my sister start walking back that way. And I just remember how he looked when he was on the bike too. Like, he just looked like a vampire riding off with his fucking cloak blowing in the wind. Bro, I was tweaking. I'm like, bro, there's no way. This is a real life vampire. Like, I was so convinced. To this day, I'm still convinced. Like, bro probably has donors in his free time that he, like, you know, sucks off every once in a while. Like, I don't know, bro. I was convinced. So I'm walking back to my sister's house with my sister. Simon's gone, you know, he took off on his bike. I think he was embarrassed because I was tweaking out. And I'm just like telling my sister, I'm like asking her, like, do you believe me? Like, there's no way you don't see what I see. Like, he's clearly a vampire, right? And at this point, I think I'm convincing her. Like, she was starting to get a little convinced at this point too. And she's just like, no, it's fine. Like, you know, he's just weird and da-da-da-da-da. Well, anyways, by the time we get to my sister's house, I'm still tweaking. Like, I'm still freaking out. But what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna say, you know, you can't go home. Like, fuck. You know, so I drop her off at her house. We're walking, obviously, but she goes home and I start walking back to my house. And I remember just looking up all these videos, like, about vampires and shit. And it's actually real, bro. If you guys look it up, like, there's actually people that think they are vampires. And they actually have people that, like, are donors for them. And they, like, drink their blood and shit, bro. So, like, I spent the rest of the night. I'm not gonna lie, I was probably up, like, it was daytime when we were walking, but I got home and I was researching all night. It was probably like 2, 3 in the morning by the time I finally went to bed. And I was just researching, you know, and I'm like, damn, this all makes sense. Like, bro's really out here a vampire, you know? But anyways, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that story. Yeah, it was the first time I did 2 tabs of acid, and it might be the last. I don't know. I might do 2 tabs again, but that shit was just crazy. I just remember being so convinced that bro was a vampire. I didn't know what to do. I don't think we hung out after that. I was traumatized. But anyways, if you guys liked the video, please leave a like, comment. If you're new, subscribe. I'm gonna start dropping more videos like this. So yeah, your boy out.